Okay, let me start by saying I am so excited about doing these 2 pages. Page 42 and 43, we're still on this here book. I'm just going to start. We're in the last little paragraph segmenty thing on page 42. 3 rows up from the bottom of page 42. It reminds me of a trick I used to do in high school. Don't worry, I wear it now. But in high school, I hated to wear my seatbelt. I was getting so many seatbelt tickets that whenever I saw a cop on the road, I would quickly pull the seatbelt across my chest without ever actually clicking it in and hold it by my right hip until the cop passed. Then it hit me one day. I was buckling simply not to get caught. Then I should have been doing it to protect my life. Not to mention, I was exerting as much energy, if not more, since I had to hold it there, as I would have if I would have properly worn my seatbelt. I sacrificed real safety for the appearance of safety, and it was more work. This is, in essence, fundamentalism. Living by the rules to stay out of trouble rather than seeing the rules as a tool to bring us into intimacy and joy. We exchange relationship with God for a bunch of church games. We give an appearance of something that doesn't actually save and even takes more work. Why would we do that? Apart from Jesus, the whole Christian culture is bizarre. Without Jesus, it's just a bunch of weird rituals, tiny cups, and stale crackers. I'm going to stop there because that's a lot to chew on, and I will talk for hours about these 2 pages. I love these 2 pages. So let's talk about the seatbelt thing. How true is that? I'm going to fess up. You don't need to know the story, but I have a seatbelt ticket on like my record, and it wasn't particularly because I hated wearing my seatbelt. I was in an old truck. Wasn't a seatbelt. Oopsies. But I hate seatbelts. Like this thing right here. I hate this. But how much, like, you see a cop coming, and like I kind of like drive with my hand on the wheel and like my left hand over here on my knee. So like I used to. No, Mom, shut your ears. I used to do this. And I would just be like, ninja style my seatbelt, and like I'm getting like a left arm workout here, just being like, for whenever I saw a cop, and it never would fail. I'd see 500 cops in one day. And then he says, that's a whole lot of work to be doing. Why don't I just click it there? It stays there. It might be annoying, but hey, I'm not having to I'm not paying $200 to $400 tickets, and 2, I'm not, having unequal muscles because I'm working this left arm out so much. And he really hits it on the head right here. He says, that is Christianity. We do all of these trivial tasks and things that we don't really care about doing. I really don't care about buckling my seatbelt, but I buckle it because a book, the rule book, says I have to. The Bible says I have to do certain things. Therefore, I do it just out of, menial tasks. And why? Why don't I just trust in God and trust Him to guide and direct my life and just buckle my seatbelt with my faith? It's just like, you have that shield and stuff, the armor of God. It's just kind of like that. You have your shield of seatbelt faith there. And that's a whole lot of work to just be doing it to do it instead of doing it just, absent-mindedly. And I love the fact that he says, apart from Jesus, the whole Christian culture is bizarre. Without Jesus, it's just a bunch of weird rituals, tiny cups, and stale crackers. I went to my first communion. I was really young, and I went with a friend to a church that was around town. And they had communion that day. So I had this cracker and this little cup of grape juice stuff. I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't saved, mind you. I was not saved. And I was super confused. And I was just like, okay, cracker cup. What am I supposed to do? Oh, drink it? Okay. So, anyways, I went through this, and it was so weird. I remember sitting there and be like, oh, this is why I'm not saved. Y'all are weird. I don't understand. And now it's like I cry. I don't always cry, but I'm an emotional human, and sometimes I tear up at communion, and I'm like, my pastor is saying such beautiful words. And you know, you really, it's just one of those times where you get to just get to talk about just plain old Jesus, without all the fluff, and I think that's a really beautiful thing. And sometimes I cry, but you don't even know that. But you know, it is a bunch of bizarre rituals. You know, tiny cups and stale crackers and doing things just because an invisible man who, you know, that's how most people who don't believe in God think of him as an invisible man. They just, you know, we just believe in you because we believe. You know, we drink tiny cups of grape juice and stale crackers just because we love you. And that's weird to outlookers or young children. And, you just don't understand if you're not in it. It's like looking at chess club. You don't know how to play chess. You're like, but, I think that we really need to dial back our attitudes and just remember, don't just buckle in your faith just for, like, you know, while God passes by on his, like, you know, one of those moped police bikes. And like, oh, there goes my preacher, better buckle in my faith. Why don't you just wear your faith all the time? You don't have to worry about buckling in your faith when the preacher walks by, your mom walks by, your dad walks by, grandparents are in the house, over at your boyfriend's house, don't want to say something you know should say. If you're buckled in 24/7, you don't have to worry about the Jesus police rolling by and you getting smacked on the head. So really, stay buckled into your faith, and that's it. I hope something in that hit you like it hit me, because I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought that was a pretty neato page to share with y'all. And some of y'all are probably thinking the last video looked identical to this here video. Like the awful lighting, the horrible background noise because it's windy outside. And the only difference is there wasn't like a random walkie experience like there was in the first one. And to that I say, yes, I recorded 2 videos back to back. I ate my cereal for lunch between the 2 videos. But I really wanted to share that, and I didn't record a video yesterday, and so that would be why. Shame on me. No gold star for Ashley today, because I'm a slacker from yesterday. But, you know, don't buckle in your faith and wait for the Jesus police. Keep it buckled in every day. And you're going to slip up. I'm not saying, you know, don't ever unbuckle your seatbelt. Sometimes your seatbelt's going to accidentally come unbuckled somehow. I don't need to know your reasons. But, buckle it right back in. That's the great thing about a seatbelt. Flies across and hits your window. Think it's going to break. Doesn't, thank God. You just click it back in. Dude, do it. Don't shrug it off. And when you're having a bad day, just remember your seatbelt might not be buckled in. So, really just buckle your seatbelt in and give it all you got. Don't just sprinkle your spices. And I wish I could say I'm on page like 120, but I'm going to be really honest with you. I've done 3 videos and I'm on page 40. We're never gonna finish this book. And if you have not, I can like get some more light or something. If you haven't purchased this book yet, This Jesus is Greater Than Religion, Jefferson Bethke. We've discussed how I can't say his name. If you haven't purchased this book yet, go do it. Read it. Whatever you need to do. It's good stuff. So just chew on that, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's Sunday, so, you know, do whatever you like to do on Sundays. Sleep in, go to church. Don't sleep at all. go to work all night, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and then go to church, and then have dinner, and then never sleep because you have to go to school Monday morning. That's me. And just have fun. Don't let anything bring you down. And guard your tongue. Definitely guard your tongue. But love you guys, and thanks for everything that y'all follow me on my webpage. That's pretty cool stuff. If you haven't been to my webpage, it exists. I have 2 different ones, which is confusing. There's one for devotionals and one for my random life, which is so unimportant. But just y'all have a good day, and don't forget to smile. Bye, guys.